How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So we had an all-over-the-place type day in the stock market today. The S&P and the Dow went down 0.2%. The NASDAQ 100 went up 0.1% as the Russell went down 0.1%. So today, we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, my thoughts on the markets, plus more. So sit back, relax, smash that like button if you guys find value. Check out my Patreon down below, and let's get right into the video. So you guys can see we were pretty choppy today. If I pull up the 1-day, 1-minute chart on SPY, you can see we had a bit of a rundown initially pre-market, followed by a rally at about 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast into market open, and then we had a pretty big dump off at market open from 448.20 down to about 444 flat, and then we rallied from there for the rest of the day. You guys can see we went from 444 back up to that market open high at about 448.30, and then we ended up selling off in power hour, the last hour of the session, and now we're just moving slightly downwards in the aftermarket hours as well. So very choppy day all across the markets today, and don't even get me started when it comes down to gold and silver. I mean, those got completely mollywopped today, and if I pull up the 20-day chart on SPY, our bull trap video from yesterday ended up being right, at least initially, right? We had a rally yesterday as we covered in my aftermarket hour video on YouTube yesterday. We had that rally, then we had that dump off like we just talked about now, followed by that rally into the close, which could be another bull trap. I mean, that is what this could end up being, especially since we failed breaking out of the high from yesterday on the 20-day chart here, and we failed breaking out of the 180 moving average. So I sound like a broken record here, but I'm going to say it again. We're not going to reverse on SPY until we start breaking out of this main moving average, the 180 moving average, here on the 20-day, 1-hour chart. So I'm going to put my alert at 448.50 for SPY, and I advise you guys to do that as well, to keep an eye on it tomorrow, and tomorrow being Friday, the last trading day of the week, obviously, and I wish the stock market was open in or on the weekends. Maybe one day in the future it will be, probably not, but hey, maybe we could wish and hope for it, right? And when it comes to QQQ, let's pull that up. It's showing similar price action as SPY. You know, we ended up seeing a dump off in the morning, followed by a rally midday, and we closed right under that high from yesterday after market at about 378.40. We literally closed right under that, and we closed right under the 180 SMA on the 20-day chart. So this rally could be a bull trap, and if we start breaking out of, let's say, 379 back above 380, that could be a sign that we're going back to all-time highs, but we're not there quite yet. So I'm going to put my alert for QQQ at $379 per share, and if we fail at these main moving averages, guys, on the 20-day chart, we could be testing the lows on both QQQ and on SPY. We could be going down, let's say, 374 on QQQ. Maybe on SPY we start going down to test 443, 444. You know, that is that's what could happen. I mean, really, that's a possibility out there. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments as always. And if you all are finding value in the video thus far and you enjoy the content and want to support me the free way, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you want more content like this, and hit the notification bell while you're at it. And now let's talk about some stocks. I have 7 stocks here that I want to break down. Number 1 being Square, ticker symbol SQ. This had a pretty good day, even though the markets were a bit choppy like we already talked about here. Square went up 2.5%, up over $6. It seems like it is finding a solid support at 245, 250, and now it's bouncing. We're seeing buyers, volume kick up, buyers step in here. That's a very good sign, and you can see that on the 20-day chart, but you can even see it even better on the 4-hour chart. Let's pop that up. You can see we're holding the uptrend. We're forming a bit of a J-hook pattern here. Buyer stepping in, pushing us higher. Now we just got to break out of the 50 and the 180 SMA. So don't be surprised if we do see a bit of headwind here between 255, 260 by these moving averages. And I'm telling you guys, if we get out of there, whether it's tomorrow, next week, the week after, I don't know, if we start breaking out, we could start pushing up 275, 280, 285 on Square. And the setup right now looks pretty good for a swing trade, but I, full disclosure, didn't buy Square yet due to the moving averages coming up and due to this rally being a potential bull trap as of now. So we have to be mindful of that and don't rush into anything. And I always say on the channel, guys, me personally, when Friday rolls around, I don't really like rushing into anything. I actually play it safe on Fridays. I sometimes liquidate positions, lock in profits, and then just wait till the next week, especially if I'm having a pretty solid week, which this week I didn't do much, but I did make some good money on GameStop today. If you guys watched GameStop, it had a pretty nice rally up to 215. I ended up dumping my GameStop shares, and if you guys are on my Patreon, you know that already because you get all my buys and sells in real time there, plus call-outs, plus more, which, again, you can check that out, link down below. So Square looks pretty good. CrowdStrike also looks pretty good. Ticker symbol CRWD. This one up over $5 today, up about 2%. And we broke above the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which is good, but we closed right under the 50 SMA and 270, which you guys can clearly see. If I zoom in a bit here on this 4-hour chart, that 270 point has been resistance for a while. Other than that one-off couple of days when we ran up past 270 to 290, I mean, we got rejected. Other than that, we got rejected all throughout July into August, and now ever since the beginning pretty much of September as well. So I think this dip could be bought up. I mean, it looks like it already is. We're seeing a nice pop. So I'm going to put my alert. I'll probably put 2 alerts on this. One at 265. $265 mark is at or above. So we start seeing a push out of that 50 SMA. I want to get alerted then. And you probably guessed it, if we break 270. So 2 alerts set on CrowdStrike. And the best scenario here would be if we broke 270 and we started filling the gap towards 285, 290. That is where I think we could hop in and make some money, right? So keep an eye on CrowdStrike. Shopify is also looking pretty good here. We're holding the bottom of the uptrending channel here at about 1470, 1475. Notice, though, we are trading under both moving averages, which a lot of stocks right now, since we are seeing a sell-off, we have been seeing a sell-off in the markets, a lot of stocks are trading a little bit under their moving averages. So that is a bit of an issue. I'm not going to lie. I like seeing stocks above the moving averages, but hey, it can't always be like that, and we're going to watch Shopify regardless. So, look, it's holding the bottom of the channel here at a higher low. It's still maintaining mid-1400s, high 1400s as support, which is important considering that was support middle of July and middle of August, right? Both of those time periods. So if we end up bouncing here, taking the moving averages out, I still think Shopify could break 1600, guys. We're just going to need some patience. So keep an eye on Shop. Also, Nvidia. Nvidia is one that we've been tracking for a couple of months, pretty much ever since. I remember I was in Hawaii when they did the split, 4-1 split, and I was rooting for it to go down. And we can clearly see how that went. It went completely the opposite way. It went up, and it went up a lot. It went from, what was it, $175 to $230. Now we're at $222. We've seen a bit of a pullback of 4%, but really that's not much at all. And now that we're getting closer and closer to that 50 moving average, actually it's the 180 moving average on this time frame here at about 210, I think this could end up being a short-term trade. Now, will I want to buy this as a long-term investment at these levels? No, I would like to see the valuation lower. If I pull up my Yahoo Finance app very quickly, Nvidia at this point in time, guys, I think it's a little overvalued. I mean, the market cap is $550 billion. They pay a 0.07% dividend. They might as well just scrap that dividend. And the PE ratio is an 80. So if this were to sell off 25, 30, 40%, and you guys might be like, Stas, you're losing it. There's no way it's going to happen. I'm telling you, next time we see a market correction or even a crash, it's going to happen. If it drops 30, 40% at one point, that's when I'll probably be buying it as a long-term investment. But as of now, since it's not dropping that, and it's nowhere near down 30, 40%, I'm just simply looking at it as a trade. Again, if it holds 210, maybe we start bouncing back up to the 220, 230 level. So I'm going to be watching this as it's pulling down a bit. Ticker symbol NVDA. We also talked about JKS a couple of days ago before they reported earnings, and now they reported earnings, and the stock went down 3.6% today, down almost $2 per share. And I think they reported yesterday. I just forgot to talk about it. So let's pull that up. Live news tab. Let's see here. They did okay. Per ADS, American Depository Share, they did 21 cents in the red, so they lost 21 cents EPS versus the loss of 16 cents estimated. And sales came in at a little bit of a beat, $1.23 billion versus $1.22 billion. So nothing crazy from those brief metrics there. I'm not sure if they gave guidance. I'm not seeing anything here about guidance, but overall the stock didn't move much at all. Well, it did a little bit. I mean, it went from 47 to 50 after the report, down to 45, so it was a bit volatile yesterday, but today it really hasn't done much of anything, and you guys can see the past couple of days we've been trading between $45 and $50 per share, and if I pull up this one-year chart, we are well within the downwards channel still. We're trading under both moving averages as well. So it's a bit worrisome to me, guys. I think this could end up being a bull trap. They're not even a bull trap, but yeah, I don't know why I said bull trap. It's not a bull trap. Scratch that. This could end up being a short opportunity. That's what I wanted to say. Because it's well within the downwards channel. We're failing to break out like this, as indicated by the trend line I just drew. So watch out for a dump off in JKS. AMAT, Applied Materials, is another one that I'm watching, and I feel like it's like watching paint dry with the stock. Every time it gets to 145, at least over the past couple of months, ever since April, it's failed at 145. Literally countless of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, 11 times. And now is the 11th or 12th time that we're testing this 145 mark. So I'm watching it every time it gets here, because eventually, whether it's this time we test it, next time we test it, the time after that, I have no friggin' idea. But eventually, we're going to see a breakout of there. The triangle is going to play out. And I think AMAT is going to have a big breakout to 155, 160. And especially now that we're seeing the trading above, it's trading above both moving averages. We're seeing a golden cross. It could be the time now that it's going to break out, which is why I'm covering it in this video. So watch out for AMAT and Home Depot. It's almost breaking out, guys. Home Depot is testing the top of the wedge here. It's trading above both moving averages. We're seeing a golden cross. And again, we're testing the top of the wedge at about $337 to $338 per share. I think if we start getting out of that, especially $338.50, which was the high from the 10th of August, a little over a month ago, if we start breaking out of there, this will probably go to all-time highs, $345 per share, which gives us as traders a good $9-10 per share of profit if it's able to get there, or in other words, 2 to 3%. So I'm going to put my alert at $338.50 for Home Depot. Let's see what it does at that point in time. And again, from there, we could see a nice breakout and we could make some money, only and only if it breaks out of the wedge. So let's see how we're doing on time. Wow, we're 14 minutes in. I've been running through these videos fast, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Seriously, let me know in the comments. Would you prefer the videos being 15 to 17 minutes long like this one will end up being? or do you like the 20 to 25 minute videos? Seriously, let me know. Give me some feedback in the comments. I'm curious because for the longest time I've been making 20-minute, 25-minute videos. You guys like them, no doubt. But if you like them shorter, I can do shorter. I can talk faster, get my thoughts out quicker, and maybe that would end up being better. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys, and check out my video from earlier if you want 3 other stocks that I'm looking at right now, all of which are pretty oversold. Go watch that video. I'll pop it up at the end, or you guys can just go to my YouTube channel and click the video before this. But other than those stocks, I mean, we had a pretty decent day overall. You know, Palantir is crushing it, JWM is crushing it, which I have a pretty nice sized swing position in, and I'm selling covered calls against my shares with JWN, and I believe those do expire next Friday. I think I sold the $31.50, $32 calls, so those will probably be out of the money. I'll collect the premium. Well, I already collected the premium, but I'll keep the shares, and then I'll probably end up selling calls for the next week or maybe the next 2 weeks out for JWN. My Tattooed Chef calls I sold, those expire tomorrow. I sold the September 17th $30 calls, and Tattooed Chef is nowhere near $30 per share. It's actually under 20. So yeah, I'm looking to maybe write more Tattooed Chef calls. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, overall, that's it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and seriously, let me know in the comments. Do you prefer the shorter videos, the longer videos, or do you not give a crap? You're going to watch regardless. Let me know in the comments. And make sure to check out my Patreon. If you guys want my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, private Discord access, and more access to me, that's on Patreon. Link down below. Or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your $30 from M1 Finance and your 2 stocks from Webull. All you have to do is deposit $100 on both of those platforms, and we each get free money, literally free money on those platforms, and I appreciate you guys using my link. So I'll catch you all in the next video, which again is that video from earlier. I'll pop it up here. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.